My name is Dr. Angie Beltsos. I'm from the Fertility Centers of Illinois in Chicago. I'm the medical director, and I wanted to talk to you today about our international program for patients coming from out of town. One of the things I think is really important is that it be simple and affordable. And really, by doing this program, we've allowed for patients to have easy access to exceptional care in Chicago. This includes in vitro fertilization using donor egg, donor sperm, and gestational carrier. One of the things that is so important is to provide highest quality screening and care of donors as well as gestational carriers. And with FCI, we have over 30 years of experience and over 35,000 babies have been born from the care at FCI. The FCI physicians are renowned in their field and have a high quality of care and reputation. I think one of the most important things that have developed in vitro fertilization, and especially using donor eggs that are young and healthy, is the ability to get high success rates with elective single embryo transfer. This elective single embryo transfer, called ESET, has increased not only in the world, but in the patient's mind as well, which has allowed for acceptance of the ability to do one embryo and still maintain high success rates, a high chance of getting a baby. Some of the things that are unique at FCI is our strategic partners. We have fresh egg donors that are available for patients coming from out of town, and they're also frozen donor eggs through Donor Egg Bank USA. And these eggs are available to patients, fresh or frozen, with similar success rates at achieving pregnancy. Another really important thing with our strategic partners is close contact with gestational carrier agencies that are in the community, providing fast access to carriers that are good fits for our patient. With all of that, of course, is the financing. And financial packages are available to help mitigate the financial risk with guarantee programs. The process is pretty easy. You would call and have your first Skype appointment with a physician at FCI. We would do the workup and some of the testing in your hometown, and you would come for an appointment with us in Chicago. At that appointment, we would look at the uterus, and also at that time, if it's relevant, is to drop off a sample of sperm to be frozen. And then you return back into the city of Chicago for your procedure a month or two later. We're certainly hoping that by doing this very easy contact with us through Skype, and also really creating a relationship with some of the patient's own doctors, really helps make this process much more seamless and much more convenient. So I think one of the things that's so important is choosing the right clinic for you. And that includes, of course, the doctor and that personal relationship that we have with our physician. It really helps create a sense of confidence and calmness in this sort of emotional process. I think another thing that's so important, of course, is success rates. And at FCI, we have some of the highest success rates. The refund program is an interesting one, which not everyone wants to do or needs to do, but it does allow for patients to have that comfort to know that if they are going to do this process, that they are all in as we are, and that in the end they will have a baby or have their finances returned. I think some of the other things are the resources that we have in our own clinics back home and at FCI. So important considerations, I think, in making this decision once you've decided to come to FCI is picking the right donor and or gestational carrier. Other things that some people think about when they're doing this is the role of pre-implantation genetic diagnosis or screening. And this is where an embryo can be biopsied to see if it's healthy, number one, and make sure that it has the right amount of DNA. By doing this extra test, some patients have found that it lowers the chance of miscarriage and increases the chance that the baby that they are pregnant with is healthy, such as Down syndrome. So getting started is, part of the biggest step is just making the decision and getting in contact with us at Fertility Centers of Illinois. Now, what to choose? Some patients are interested in using a fresh egg donor. Advantages of a fresh egg donor compared to frozen eggs are that frozen eggs, of course, are frozen and they need to survive. So there's about a 90% chance that a frozen egg would survive. In the dish as an embryo, fresh and frozen eggs behave in similar chance of achieving an embryo that would be ready for an embryo transfer. There are options with fresh eggs that you would get all the eggs that an egg donor would produce, or you could share the eggs either in half, so one couple gets half the eggs, the other couple gets half, or you could even split it with 3 different couples or recipients. Fresh eggs, of course, has proven success rates over many years. What about frozen eggs? Advances in the field have really allowed for frozen eggs to really rival the success rates of fresh. They're ready, so they're convenient, and the process seems to be faster because it really becomes an issue of the woman being ready to do a transfer, coming in, and there's no need to regulate one menstrual cycle with another. So a recipient has to have her period with a fresh egg donor's period. Whereas here with frozen eggs, we don't have that issue. Both, again, have refund programs. So I think in summary, fresh and frozen eggs are both available and both have great success rates with options there for care. So I want to thank you for listening to our presentation on Fertility Centers of Illinois and our international program. Thank you so much.